Here's your wrestling news for March 17th, 2022. And your headlines for today include Stone Cold Steve Austin may be having a wrestling match at WrestleMania after all, WWE uses surprising evidence in motion to dismiss latest lawsuit, Smackdown superstar weighs in on Cody Rhodes' return rumors, fans won't be happy, former WWE superstar clarifies donating to Wuertz's political campaign, WWE promoting huge names to appear at Money in the Bank 2022 Premium Live event, AEW continues to tease signing two-time WWE Hall of Famer to an on-screen role with the company, strange rules announced for EC3 and Adam Scherr's new Control Your Narrative promotion, released WWE superstar announces Onlyfans page, Sami Zayn answers fans' Facetime call while trying to relax in his bathtub, and more. We are kicking off today with Stone Cold Steve Austin, who will return to WWE as the special guest of the KO show at WrestleMania 38. Initially, it was reported that Austin was going to have a match against Kevin Owens, which would have seen him come out of his 19-year retirement, but those reports were later dismissed. Now, though, the rumors of one last match from the Texas Rattlesnake are back, as during an appearance on The Rich Eisen Show, the Hall of Famer claimed he's getting back into in-ring shape. He explained, "I kinda said I'm never going to get in the ring again. In this business, never say never. This comeback means a lot to me as I've been getting back into in-ring shape. I'm gonna go out there and do the absolute best I can." Within WWE, the segment with Owens isn't being listed as a match or an interview, but rather a fight sequence between the two former world champions. We'll have to wait until WrestleMania to see what exactly WWE has planned for the Rattlesnake, who, despite reports that it won't be a match, is training like he's going to be coming out of retirement. In January, MLW filed a lawsuit against WWE, claiming that Vince McMahon's company has tampered with their business. In the suit, it was claimed that WWE had forced Tubi to nix a streaming deal with MLW that would have been massive for the indie promotion, and claimed that WWE has an unfair monopoly on the wrestling industry. Now, WWE are looking to have this end as soon as possible, as they filed a motion to dismiss the suit this week. In their motion, WWE took aim with MLW's claim that they were an innovative startup and said that this isn't the case, as the promotion failed to secure a broadcast rights deal. Refuting the claim of an unfair monopoly, WWE used the success of AEW in their favor, noting how the All Elite company had secured a deal with Warner Media. WWE also noted that they can't possibly have a monopoly because of the success of AEW, and even referenced the 30-minute crossover between Rampage and Smackdown last year, where AEW won in the 18 to 49 demographic. MLW owner Court Bauer has said in response to this motion that WWE is scrambling to dismiss and that he's looking forward to what's coming, but we'll just have to see who stands tall in this latest courtroom drama. Back to the ring, as right now, Seth Rollins doesn't have an opponent for WrestleMania 38 and has become more desperate to be on the show with each passing week. It's been rumored that Rollins' opponent next month will be none other than Cody Rhodes in his first match for WWE since 2016, but nothing has been publicly confirmed just yet. When Sean Ross Sapp joked on Twitter that WWE will hype up Cody only for Goldberg to be Rollins' opponent, Happy Corbin took aim at the fans, claiming that whoever debuts, the fans will be mad for the smallest of reasons. This isn't the first time Corbin has attacked the fans, and we imagine it won't be the last time we see this from the former US champion. Whether Cody returns at WrestleMania or not, we imagine some fans will be disappointed with the result. But for now, all Rollins cares about is getting a spot against anyone on the biggest two nights of the year. Earlier this week, we reported on Wuertz, the controversial former referee who is running for office in Florida as a member of the Republican Party. Known for his support of QAnon conspiracy theories, Wuertz has received over $17,000 in donations, including from the likes of Riddle and Karrion Kross, but one person is looking to clarify their stance. Biff Busick, formerly Oni Lorcan, is also on the Florida state records as a donator to Wuertz's campaign, but on Reddit clarified that he didn't mean to donate to Drake's campaign. Instead, Busick explained that he thought he was just lending Wuertz some money and didn't knowingly donate to the campaign. In the comments, several fans questioned just how legal were Wuertz's actions, with one person stating that if the former referee used a personal loan from a friend only to report it as a campaign contribution, that this is highly irregular. Biff Busick doesn't want to be associated with Wuertz's campaign, but many names did donate, including Elias, Bobby Fish, and Jimmy Jacobs, so we'll have to see if any of them backtrack their donations to the QAnon referee. Now on July 2nd, WWE will host their annual Money in the Bank event, which will take place at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. Money in the Bank is always one of the most exciting nights on WWE's calendar, and some huge stars are expected to show. In a tweet promoting that tickets are now available, a graphic for Money in the Bank teased that Bobby Lashley, Ronda Rousey, Roman Reigns, and Brock Lesnar will be competing at the July show. While Rousey is to be expected given that she's made it clear she'll be sticking around after WrestleMania, Lashley is an interesting call as it's unclear whether he'll be back from injury by July. As for Lesnar and Reigns, WWE is giving no clues as to who will emerge victorious in their title unification match at WrestleMania, with both potential unified world champions being advertised. We'll only know what the card is for Money in the Bank as we get closer to the show, but so far, WWE is going all in on top-tier talent for the July Premium Live event. AEW news next is last week FTR parted ways with Tully Blanchard and teased bringing in a different wrestling legend as their new manager. In a tweet, FTR teased that Bret Hart would be joining the company as their new manager, and teasing the Hitman's arrival also happened on last night's episode of Dynamite. During a segment when FTR explained why they turned on Blanchard, the two were interrupted by the Young Bucks, who said it didn't matter if Wilder and Wheeler brought in the best there is, a reference to Bret's moniker as the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Bret does have a history with AEW as he was the one who unveiled the AEW World Championship back in 2019 and is an inspiration to countless talents who work for the company. After these teases, it may be time for the two-time WWE Hall of Famer to come back to All Elite Wrestling, but we're sure Vince McMahon will have plenty to say about that. Bret Hart may be on his way back to AEW, but Joey Janela's tenure with the company is coming to an end. Janela joined AEW back in 2019, but speaking to Denise Salcido this week, said that his current contract will expire May 1st and he does not intend to re-sign. Janela said that he's satisfied with what he's done in his 3 years with AEW, but did have some issues with the company, implying that his departure is the company's decision and stems from a match against Eddie Kingston on a January edition of AEW Dark. I think a lot of it has to do with a situation where I worked with Eddie Kingston in Charlotte, and I super kicked him in the face a little bit too hard, came in a little bit too hot. A lot of guys, maybe some older heads that believed my hype and believed that I was some kind of dangerous professional wrestler. Wherever Janela goes next, odds are he'll be charging more than he used to after 3 years as a contracted performer with the US's second biggest promotion, but his time with AEW is mere weeks away from being over for good. Earlier this month, fans were witness to the first event from Control Your Narrative, the new promotion founded by EC3 and Adam Scherr. Both men have promised that CYN will be an alternative to mainstream wrestling, and we now know more about what will and won't be a part of their shows. On Instagram, EC3 listed the official rules for Control Your Narrative, with both Rules 1 and 2 being "You are in control." The next set of rules explain that bouts will be fights and only end via submission, KO, or by forfeit, but there will also be standard professional wrestling matches thrown in the mix. Fans hoping to see super kicks, tope suicidas, or Canadian destroyers will be bitterly disappointed, as those moves will be banned from CYN events. In a bizarrely metaphysical rule, CYN matches and fights won't be about the opponents facing each other, but rather they'll be fighting with their inner selves. Control Your Narrative will have their next event and their first tape show in 2 weeks' time, and we'll keep an eye out to make sure there's no super kicks and all wrestlers are controlling their narratives at the event. Last December, Toni Storm was released from WWE and reportedly requested to be let go by the company. Now Storm is free from WWE's rules and has announced the launch of her new Onlyfans page. The former NXT UK champion confirmed the news on Instagram, adding that the page will launch this Saturday on March 19th. Given WWE's rules against third-party deals, an OnlyFans page would have been off the table if she were still with the company, but now Storm has a new avenue to make a living in addition to getting in the ring. And we're ending today with Sami Zayn, who will look to get even with Johnny Knoxville at WrestleMania, because according to Zayn, Knoxville has made his life miserable. Recently, the Jackass star shared Zayn's personal phone number with a banner plane, and the Smackdown superstar has been spammed with non-stop messages ever since. To his credit, Zayn has been answering some of the calls, even in some awkward places, as on Twitter, one fan posted a screenshot of his call with Sami, in which the former champion is in his bathtub. Zayn was no doubt hoping to relax in his bubble bath, but that's not going to happen thanks to Knoxville's prank. We'll have to wait and see whether Zayn can defeat Knoxville at WrestleMania 38, but for now, he won't be getting much time to relax. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.